And that's how I started growing some of the hottest peppers in the entire world. So there I was at the big little grocery store. They had a greenhouse out in the distance. Something was calling my name. Eric! Eric! Come get me! Eric! Mr. Gagne, come get me! What is that little pitter patter? What is that? Off in the distance, from the parking lot, all I could hear was, you gotta come check this out. So last year, in the springtime, in our little town, they have a greenhouse right next to the grocery store. And I'm sure many of you have a similar setup all across the United States. They have little greenhouses set up where you can go in the springtime and buy your favorite plants. We don't go into these little greenhouses very often anymore because we start all of our own seeds here at Gagne Farms. It's way cheaper, way more convenient. I know exactly what I want, and I know exactly when it's gonna germinate and exactly when it's gonna ripen up. So I like doing that all ourselves. But one day at the end of the seed starting season last year, I decided to get out of the truck and go into this little greenhouse and just kind of check out what they had. So I'm looking around and they have, all the normal things. They have tomatoes and bell peppers and they have some strawberries and some very nice flowers out there. Lots of house plants. And then I saw it. It's what I've been looking for the entire time. I could not believe I found this at a grocery store greenhouse. I had to buy it. So I ended up purchasing this little plant and I brought it home. And last year, if you guys recall, we were expanding our garden. So we were right in the middle of making new beds, putting fencing up, and making this garden huge. I told Candace, I says, hey, I planted a new plant in the garden. Go find it. I figured it would give her a little, something fun to do out in the garden that day. So she played along and went out and found this plant. The plant I bought was the Carolina Reaper, which happens to be the hottest pepper in the world. I had been looking for this plant start for many years. I never found one in a greenhouse in our local area. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I ended up buying this pepper, bringing it home, planting it in the garden, letting Candace find it in the garden, and then she asked me,
what are you gonna do with a Carolina Reaper?
And at the time, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Carolina Reaper, but I wanted to try one. I never had one at all, so I figured, all right, we're just gonna plant this in the garden, see if it grows. I have no idea. It looked like a really healthy plant, so I'm like, yeah, let's give it a shot. So I cared for it and tended to it all year long. And that Carolina Reaper paid off in spades. Let me tell you, this thing gave off so many peppers, I didn't even know what to do with them. I had Reaper peppers I dehydrated. I even made Carolina Reaper hot sauce, which I've never made before. And it turned out awesome. So I gave away a lot of bottles of my Reaper sauce to family and friends, and they all loved it. They didn't know where they could get any. Nobody around here sells this type of thing. They asked and asked and asked for me to give them more. I have no problem in giving some away, but when I see what's going on and the market calling, it's time to sell some Reaper sauce. I've got some of the hottest peppers in the world, and we're going to make some hot sauce at the end of this year. And you're going to come along with me throughout the entire process and watch how we make Gagne Farms hot sauce. So with only having the experience of growing one super hot pepper last year, I decided to grow a few different varieties and see what I liked and see what our customers would like as well. So I got a variety of different seeds, and I also got a variety of different seed suppliers so I could see what I liked in the years to come. Here I have 2 packets from True Leaf Market, and one of them is the orange Scotch bonnet and one of them is the yellow Scotch bonnet. And I've heard good things about both of these super hot peppers. We're going to give both of these guys a try right here. Next up I have a ghost pepper, and these are a very, very popular pepper nowadays. I know they have excellent flavor and they do really good in our climate here. I'm really excited to grow some of these out in our garden this gardening season. The ghost pepper scares the shit out of me. I'm used to growing things like cayenne peppers and jalapeno peppers and things of that nature. This year I went a little bit outside my comfort zone and I ended up going with a 7-pot yellow lava pepper. And this is supposed to be like one of the top 5 hottest peppers in the world. There's 1,000 lists out there of what's hottest pepper, what's the not hottest pepper. This is right up there. If you're getting up on anywhere close to that list, you know that this thing's gonna melt your face off. I actually went with Pepper Joe's on this. I got these on Amazon, and I will leave a link down below in the description for all these peppers that I am planting this year in our garden at Gagne Farms. The 7-pot lava yellow. This right here is gonna melt your face off. Also from Pepper Joe's, I got the Trinidad Scorpion. And depending on what list you look at, this right here ranks right up there in the number 1, 2, 3 hottest pepper in the world. The Trinidad Scorpion pepper. Grab your jug of milk with this Trinidad Scorpion pepper. You're gonna need it. Before I get to the last pepper that we're gonna plant, I just want to give a shout out to Pepper Joe's. I'm not affiliated with them at all whatsoever. I got 2 packs of pepper seeds in here, and they actually sent me a free pack of seeds. It's super hot, it's a mix, and there's at least 10 seeds in here. I don't know what they are. They didn't tell me what they are, but it's going to be fun as hell growing these guys all summer long. For the last pepper this year, I've got these dehydrated Carolina Reapers. I actually took that same Carolina Reaper plant, dehydrated some of the peppers, got the seeds from it, and look at here, guys. We've got starts already. I actually took a seed weeks ago and planted it to make sure that I could germinate one of the dehydrated Carolina Reaper seeds, and it is going wonderfully. So we're going to actually take some more of these seeds and plant them in here, and we're going to have the cornucopia of hot pepper starts right here. Hopefully this is going to be a fun experiment for not only myself, but for you guys as well. I'm going to do some more videos on this throughout the year. I'm going to give you guys some updates on progress. I'm going to give you updates on how they germinate and how we can get them up potted before we get them into the garden. So watch for some updates coming on these peppers right here. I'm excited to try this new adventure out. If you guys feel so inclined, why don't you guys get some seeds and grow along with me? And we can chat in the comments and see how each other's seeds are doing throughout the season. All right, guys, I appreciate you sticking around with me, and we'll catch you on the next one.